Every great achievement in human history has started with one person, one crazy idea. Motivated by one clear message. Unafraid to march boldly into the unknown, the unthinkable. Man has always searched for a better way, grander expression, lasting peace, unlimited prosperity. When confronted by the oppression of fear and conventional wisdom, the bravest always chart a new course to a new world. A new world founded on faith by a people who believed not only in themselves, but knew without a shadow of a doubt there was a power greater than man guiding them, providing for them. From those brave men and women grew a generation unlike any the world has ever seen. Some stood for faith, some for liberty, others for justice, honor, and family. The American experiment. Men guided by their own reason, standing tall against seemingly insurmountable odds, pledging their lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, so others, generations, would have a chance for life, liberty, and happiness. Throughout history, Americans have changed the world through a steadfast belief that in this great country, anything can happen. Anything is possible. Through failures and success, sacrifice and courage, we have stood on the edge and dared to dream, to move forward into the unknown. Millions have come from all over the world to join us, risking it all to be part of that uniquely American experience. They believe that America is mankind's last great hope, something many of us have forgotten. When the world has lost its faith, when hope is gone, when it pleads for charity, America answers the call. We always have. Remember who we are. Remember who you are. Remember the spirit of those who came before us. It's time to restore America. Restore the world. It's time to believe again.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. That was written by John Newton. John was an amazing man. He was a captain of a slave ship. Tough old codger. He was a guy that in 1840s he was on the ocean and the storms picked up. He thought he was going to die. He got down on his knees and he started to pray. Lord, save us. Lord, save us. The Lord did. He celebrated that day as his anniversary of his conversion for the rest of his life. The captain of a slave ship. He later met George Whitefield, a guy that most people in America don't know, and shame on us for not knowing him. George Whitefield is the man that lit the fire. He is the man that changed America. When he first came over from England, George Whitefield had spoken to 100,000 people a clip outside. There are 6,000 here. Imagine somebody that could speak to 100,000 outside. Imagine. He was so controversial they wouldn't let him speak in the churches, because he was challenging the churches. He said, read the Bible as if it was written to you today. Nobody needs to talk to you about it. You ask the Lord. Individuals. Individuals. He came over here in America, to America. He saw the blue Wedgwood china here. And he thought the American colonies, they had started to build the golden calf. That's what he thought Wedgwood was. It was the golden calf. If you read the diaries of our pilgrims, they didn't want to come over here. They wanted to go to New Guinea. If you came here, you were dead. Cannibals, savages, Indians would eat you. They didn't want to come here. In fact, the Speedwell went out. Had to turn around. And at the time that that ship had left and turned around but not yet returned to port in England, the pilgrims got down on their knees. And one last time, expecting they knew where they were going to be going, knowing what the answer they thought already was, they got down on their knees and they prayed, "Dear Lord, just bless us. We'll serve you. Where do you want us to go?" And the answer came, "America." "No, sorry, Lord. I think you said America. We're going to ask again." Some of the pilgrims left. Some of the pilgrims said, if we're going to America, we won't survive. I'm not going to go. But they were promised in this land, if you read their words, if they stayed true and faithful, the Lord would build his temples. In the words of the pilgrims, they knew that the Lord was going to build the temple inside of each one of them. So they had to be pure. They had to be complete. They had to be worthy to hold the temple of the Lord inside of them. And they were terrified. As one of the ships, as they were looking for any place as they came over here, washes up on a sandy beach. They don't pull their ship out. They get out and they wait a day. Even though they're terrified, they wait a day to do anything because it's the Sabbath. These people were amazing. And they were faithful. And most of them weren't eaten by savages. They prospered, and then came a new generation. One where George Whitefield saw that they were starting to go awry, and the chosen people that came over, just like Moses, as he parted the waters and they came to a new land where God had promised to keep them safe, in a land of milk and honey, they started to build the golden calf. And that's when Whitefield arrived. And he said, if I may quote Professor Harold Hill, we got trouble.